also has also decided to support Ghana's candidature.
Hey, everywhere bust, everywhere scatter. Somebody shout power. See guys, the AU, they are trying all their possible best to make sure that the president of Ghana becomes their chairperson, like the chairman of the AU, the African Union. They are trying their best to make sure that Ghana comes first, becomes the chairman. You know, they've been seeing so many signs that Ghana is about to leave Ecowas, that Ghana doesn't want to become be members of the AU anymore, and they're looking for everything possible means to make sure that the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, is the chairperson. But let's watch this video, guys. As you're watching, do well to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And to my Ghanaians, what do you think? You think Ghanaians should accept this offer? The president of Ghana should accept this offer? But let's keep watching.
The Ecowas Authority of Heads of State and Government, the highest decision-making body of the regional bloc, has unanimously approved President John Mahama's candidature for the position of African Union chairperson. The decision follows a unanimous endorsement by the Ecowas Council of Ministers, which named President Mahama as the sole candidate from the sub-region to assume the rotating African Union chairmanship when it is West Africa's turn in 2027. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba is in Nigeria and joins us live with more. Maxwell, pleasure you could join us on Join News Prime. Tell us more.
Well, at the 68th ordinary session of the Ecowas Heads of States and Government, we had our own president, President John Mahama, representing Ghana. We had the police president for Nassim Yadema, also represented Nigerian vice president, represented Nigeria. We had Senegalese president, also present there at that ordinary session. Guinea and Guinea-Bissau, of course, were not present because they have been suspended from the regional bloc. Now, key amongst the issues that came up during today's meeting of the heads of state and government was about the issue of coup d'etat, in the sub-region. ECOWAS chair Julius Maada Bio, who is also the president of Sierra Leone, raised serious concerns about that in the sub-region. ECOWAS reiterated its support for democratic governance and said it would do everything possible to protect democracy within and in the regional bloc. Another issue that came up strongly was high cost of travel within West Africa. It has been a source of concern. It has been a major source of concern for a lot of people. Many experts we've spoken to in the past have talked about how this affects tourism and also even affects the economic potentials.
ECOWAS leaders unanimously endorsed Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama as the sole West African candidate for African Union chairperson in 2027. Congratulations, Your Excellency. You continue to make Ghana proud. For more credible updates and in-depth African stories, subscribe to Ghana Trends Media, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comment section.
The authority has also decided to support Ghana's candidature for the chairmanship of the African Union for the year 2027.
We just indicated that the heads of state have unanimously endorsed the candidature of the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. What went into the consideration with this overwhelming and unanimous endorsement?
President Mahama deserved this community support. That's one thing. We all know the competence of President Mahama. And the leaders have full confidence in him to represent West Africa at that in that role. And that's so much I can say.
NDC for Maho, Moniama we been tina NDP for Yempemasemono, na Yempemasemon sota. Elipa bia o person behave to say Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bia na ye town. Ye ka kire mo say mo president John Dramani Mahama no. John Dramani Mahama no. Okodi eduro na de be ye Ghana for na moto aba man ye kan muntie. Na che say eduro no wansan fa nye Ghana for nko an. Wasan dia kwa ye de all the West African panyimfo ni nyina leaders no mo da Ecowas ano AU ne na asefo nyina no. Che so de eduro na kwa ye o nyina. Ye no an say na men say mo ba be ma chairmanship in the AU African Union. Now mo say President Mahama 2027 the yen to no so aba on God have mercy upon us. Yeah, the chairmanship on the Bemano. Now the NPP for year time, the moment you two about year president near 2 votes. Let us say NPP for Nankasa West Africa for Namotayana. mpanyimfo omo join this awo AU nyina no omo tan ade ntina ye tam de oman fa ma ye president a omo se yanto no so aba ye koto aba na ye president anya single two eduru JDM NDC for so de amo se yanto aba yan ba mom e dey special nko ana president Mahama wa ye president ne den time no na wonni den na wonni ade sesi ade afono ye mo be ye saa na fe de West African panyimfo nyina ba be ka se papa no san kwota ten mo nka ho e no na ye tie na ye yem MPC for mu be wo your president and Yasi Antonio Swaba, chairmanship for 2027. Opo, yeah, the man,
yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, Ghana boy Michiao. Any, so yeah, Papa Bako, Honorable Okujato Ablakwa, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That is, Yechiamo, and Piniform, you know, just say, Mabeti, Esoswan, Mukra Ghana, I say Ghana, Yechiamu Nina, now, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama. That is yesterday. You say agrobi, koso Ecowas for person many would the agrobia. Ecowas and then Sahel for come and talk one. I feel na Ecowas for nya vision and I say nya say umbe Ecowas chairperson na da. President John Dramani Mahama. Ye mu bi no daddy. Say ye kasa as youth. Just say ye hwe nyomo ni so a. Yetimi mu say Ecowas na esi on ankasa no. Ghana no ye nya hwefri Ecowas mu. Say ye kasa ye nya hwefri Ecowas mu a. Na obi se me boa no me pese enwoma Ghana ya benefit efie Ecowas mu no obi to comment section ma me na me de claim me doubt say oh we bia Ghana Ecowas no bia say ye ni Ecowas mu a Ghana ye ntimi nya Ghana but that His Excellency any Ministry of Foreign Affairs enwoma na say ekokoso na Sahel for Mali ni Burkina Faso me kai say ye president man penin okọ Burkina Faso ni Mali omo che no tata wo hwe Burkina Faso president ni president ntemu a omo tem ya fine na say Nigeria ko kan ntokwa na say o me fa Ecowas ni na fra na o ma fa wen say no Ghana no the only way o meti bi nya ne say o me ba man penin chairperson of Ecowas and I say chairperson of United and na o man ko o mu tu aba wo o mu say o man kasa unanimously o mu di
because he is a naturally gifted human being. In fact, I call him the leader of Africa. I don't just
President
call him,
Mahama?
yes, I don't just call him the president of Ghana. I call him the leader of Africa. Because he's a leader. I've traveled with him to universities. I've never seen such an incredible brain. He will prepare a speech. He will get on the podium, and he's not going to read. Everything is going to come straight from his brain. Harvard, University of Chicago.
You were with him?
I was with him. University of Johannesburg, World Economic Forum Summit in Durban. When I was a visiting scholar at Oxford University, we invited him to deliver a lecture. He will make you proud any day. Ghana is lucky to have such a man.
To have President Mahama.
Ghana is extremely lucky.
What do you like about him?
I love intelligent people and I love humble people. His humility was underrated. But I remember when some people were boasting that they would never hand over power to him. And I said, oh, they don't seem to know this man. If God loves you, God shows it in many ways. Very, very down to earth. You can see him. You can see it in him from head to toe. He is not a frivolous character. And God has helped him. And all I owe him now is my prayer.
Seen some videos of people talking about this issue of the AU appointing the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, to become the chairperson. According to them, they said if he actually becomes the chairperson, because of the kind of dream he has for Africa, that's actually going to transform the face of ECOWAS, the AU, the African Union, in fact, Africa in general, because he has the interest of Africa at heart. And there is something I noticed about the president of Ghana. Any conference he visits, he usually talk about Africans. He puts Africans first. His visit to Nigeria in Osun State, he talked about the Sahel, the AES. That is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. He talked about them, that they are also our brothers, that we should also support them. So imagine him talking about the Sahel state, and he knows that the Sahel state is no longer with the ECOWAS, and is showing support to them. What do you think would be if he eventually becomes the AU chairperson, although he has been appointed to become the AU chairperson? And what do you think he's going to do right? Do you think he's going to make an amendment, or he's going to keep the same legacy going? What do you think? Because to me, I think he's going to make some amendments when he eventually becomes the chairperson of the AU. But to some Ghanaians, they are saying they don't want, because according to them, they said it's a trap. Because some Ghanaians, once Ghana to be out of ECOWAS. They don't want to be associated with anything ECOWAS again due to some things that have been happening in their country. And to some other Ghanaians, they're in support of this. They said if their president becomes the chairperson of the AU, it's going to benefit the country and every other African country. As a Ghanaian, I want to know what you think. What do you think about this current situation right here? The president of Ghana becoming the chairperson of the AU. What do you have to say concerning this issue? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Please, I want to know your thoughts. Drop your comment. Your comment is more important to me. Drop your comment in the comment section so we can learn together. Thank you for always watching. See you guys in the next one.